Uttar Pradesh is facing a major electricity crisis as extreme heat pushes power demand to record levels across the state. Now, with temperatures nearing 46 degrees Celsius, residents in cities and rural districts alike are battling long outages, transformer failures, and repeated voltage fluctuations during peak hours. The issue has now become serious enough for even BJP MLAs to raise concerns with the Yogi Adityanath government. Leaders across parties, including Akhilesh Yadav and Mayawati, have also questioned the worsening power situation during the peak summer season. And experts say that the real issue goes far beyond just one summer. India's power system was never upgraded at the same time as rising electricity use. Over the last 10 to 15 years, the number of air conditioners, coolers, the appliances, the factories, the urban households, the list goes long. It's completely exploded. But many local transformers, the feeders and distribution lines, the grid system as it were, are still outdated and overloaded. The country may be producing enough electricity overall, but the last mile distribution network is struggling to carry and supply that power during peak demand hours. In many areas, substations are operating beyond capacity, maintenance staff are limited, and breakdown response systems remain weak. Experts warn that every summer is now exposing the same structural problem. Demand is growing much faster than investment in the distribution infrastructure. This is what the aging grid is trying to tell us, as it's unable to bear the load. The Yogi Adityanath government now facing power cut and the heat from the power cuts, pun intended, from the BJP MLAs as well, as Uttar Pradesh boils at 46 degrees Celsius. And it's not just the BJP MLAs. Power outages are adding up to the heat waves and the woes in Ghaziabad, in Noida, in Gurugram as well. That's a different state, but it is happening in the Delhi NCR vicinity. Our structural reset needs to be looked at once again. Shailendra Dubey, Chairman, All India Power Engineers Federation, the AIPEF, joins us here on the broadcast. Mr. Dubey, many thanks for taking out the time. Help us understand, what's the essential reason for the lack of these structural upgrades when it comes to the grid? Of course, air conditioners and the ability of people to afford ACs and coolers has gone up. We are trying to electrify everything that we possibly can. Look at the railway stations to, well, our daily needs and essential commodities. When the Prime Minister talks about how everybody needs to come together, talking about the lack of LPG crisis, people said, hey, start using the induction panels and the induction heaters. That again requires electricity. But our grid does not have the wherewithal. So help the layman out there. How big is this problem before we can actually solve this, sir?
So I would like to explain it like this,
Okay.
that there are two types of problems.
Okay.
One is availability of the electricity, and the other problem is transmission capacity and capacity of the distribution substations, lines, transformers, and switch gears. So as far as electricity availability is concerned, so now the peak load demand is hit during the day hours. And during the day hours, we are having solar power also, renewable energy also. So because of that solar power and other renewable energy sources, the demand we can meet. That is not a problem. Yesterday in Uttar Pradesh itself, the demand has gone to 30,357 megawatt. And when the government machinery, then and power department official, they say that we have met 30,357 megawatt demand. So theoretically it may be correct, but practically on the grounds, our transmission lines are not capable for so much load. Our distribution substations are not capable. Their switch gears, their transformers are very old. Their conductors are very old. And the problem has become more complex because of the vertical restructuring unilaterally done by the Power Corporation Management in capital Lucknow and at other places. In the name of vertical restructuring, they have done the downsizing of the staff, number one. In the downsizing process, very experienced outsourcing employees, which were working for the last 20, 25 years, they have been removed from the job. In Lucknow itself, the number of outsourced employees who were experienced and who were knowing the job, what to do and when to do, 40% of the outsourced employees have been reduced in Lucknow itself. That is number one. Number two,
No,
regular
Mr.
employees
Dubey,
have
what do
also
we
been
do? I mean,
targeted.
you've helped us understand that there are two problems. We don't have the first problem, we have the second problem. But what do we do about this problem? What are
Yes,
immediate relief measures that the
yes,
government can do now?
yes, yes. What the government should do,
Yeah,
immediately government should take the power employees and engineers into confidence.
okay.
Time and again, we are requesting the power department management to talk with the power employees, and they are not talking with the employees. They are taking unilateral actions. In a place of talking, instead of talking with the power employees, they are bent upon for the victimization. That is the problem. Without taking the power implies into confidence in such a scorching heat, every day you see that people's are masses are coming at substations. Substations are being around. Power implies are being beaten. We are facing all this situation, but the management is not taking us into confidence. That is the main problem. That is the main problem. The vertical restructuring unilaterally done, this is totally non-technical. That should be withdrawn immediately and without the help of the power employee. The situation will worse in the coming days because the maximum demand comes during
There
the
is also
humidity.
lack of transparency, Mr. Dubey. You see, people don't know
Total,
when the power
total,
is going to go off, when it's going to come back. There is no transparency or accountability at all.
I fully agree. Total lack of transparency. It's
Yeah.
total lack of only few persons. They think that they know everything and they are doing as per their wishes.
So you're saying the
And
power cuts are going to worsen in the coming days?
yes, it will worsen in the coming days if power employees are not taken into confidence and the remedial measures which we are suggesting time and again are not taken immediately. The remedial measures should be taken immediately. Otherwise, with the humidity, the power demand will increase.
But sir,
And
if the
today,
power
today,
if the
sir,
power
sir,
if these power outages are going to increase in the future, then the gherawing of the substations is also going to increase.
yes, yes, it is going to be increased. Power employees are bound to be beaten. And that is the fate accompli
Well,
of the
Mr.
power
Dubey,
employees.
you've painted a rather grim picture because you see, in extreme heat, electricity is no longer just a comfort, it's now a lifeline. Look at the sweltering heat outside, more than 45 degrees each passing day. And the real test of governance, like you pointed out, is whether that lifeline holds when the people need it the most. So, some remedial measures that you've pointed out, the top one being that all these employees and the engineers need to be taken into confidence. That's number one. The structural reforms come second. And lastly, like we say it here on News 9, let's hope that good sense prevails. We're all in this together. Gherawing and beating and bullying is not going to help anybody. Of course, raising the voice in the right domain and at the right person is the actual way to go. We're going to leave it there. Shailendra Dubey, Chairman, All India Power Engineers Federation, the AIPEF, with us on the broadcast. Many thanks for taking on the time here.